Tanabata. So Sendai's big festival right now is called Tanabata Festival, and it's a festival that celebrates two stars in the sky that only come in contact once a year, and it follows the whole Japanese aesthetic called Mana no Oware, where basically it's kind of like cherry blossoms, where they really enjoy something that's like fleeting, and that's why in a lot of Asian films, like all the main characters just die in the end, because it makes it more tragic. They enjoy the tragedy, so they enjoy the romantic idea of the two stars that only come together once a year, and so everywhere else in Japan also celebrates Tanabata, but it's only in Sendai that it's this late in the year because they celebrate it on the lunar calendar. I think probably so that there's no other competition from other Tanabata festivals, but it's only this big in Sendai. Like, it is huge. It's like all the American holidays rolled into one giant super holiday, where there's just miles of stands of delicious food and games, and then there's like stages set up all throughout the city where there's music being played, songs and dances. The city is packed. And I'll tell you about Tanabata. What they do is they line the streets with bamboo, but like a really long bamboo branch, so it still has like the leaves and stuff on it. And then they'll tie from that wishes from people. I've been in the office, so I wasn't able to make a wish, and that's kind of upsetting. But they have wishes tied to it, and then hanging from the bamboo they have these Tanabata. And they've got to be like 20 feet or so high. And it's a big ball with a bunch of streams of washi Japanese-style paper coming from it. And a lot of them are corporately sponsored. Like, there's like KFC Tanabata and like Starbucks Tanabata, but then there's also other ones that are, maybe it's made by somebody's grade school class. I've seen some that are like, instead of the streams of washi, they actually just have origami and just like thousands and thousands of paper cranes. It's really ridiculous. So I don't have an example here of what a Tanabata might look like. It's if you can imagine like a paper jellyfish, it's like that kind of thing. So they're really beautiful, and there's just so many of them, and you just have to walk through so many of them. It's really nice, don't get me wrong. It's just like, I was in a hurry today trying to get my visa paperwork in on time, and it was just kind of tedious running through the huge crowds of people as well as this giant Tanabata. So they have all the food from all over Japan. For dinner tonight I had yakisoba, which is soba noodles, and it's been sort of fried in a sauce that's really like delicious. And I also had some Hiroshima-style Okonomiyaki. Okonomiyaki is literally everything that you like fried, is what it means. And there's different styles. Hiroshima style apparently is noodles, and then maybe some cabbage, and then maybe an egg, and then some shrimp, some scallops, some meat, a bunch of tonkatsu sauce and mayonnaise, which Japanese people just can't get enough of. I can't get enough of it either, so it's a good relationship. And then they just sprinkle like all sorts of magic inside, and then when you finally get it, like, you get really full from the stuff, but it's so delicious. And then I had a chocolate banana, because I've actually never had a chocolate banana in my life until tonight. Take for that what you will. I'm sure my family is thinking, sure, Chris, you've had chocolate banana before in your life, but I've just dodged it somehow until tonight. So, whatever. What else? Alright, let's talk about phase 3 of my trip. So I came here in June. I spent a month in Sendai studying in Kobe. I spent a month in Sendai. I spent a month in Kansai studying Kobe. I spent a month in Tohoku doing an internship, and studying in Sendai. And I'm going to spend the next month doing traveling. So blogs might get a little more scarce, but I'll still be trying to post them up every couple of days. Here's my plan so far. Let's say my handkerchief is Japan, is Honshu, right? Which would make the living end Hokkaido. So here we are. I guess it'd have to be the other way for you guys. Here we are in Sendai. I'm trying to get my geography right with my objects here. So here we are in Sendai. I want to go in a couple days. There's still a lot of Tanabata festivities still. It's like a 4-day festival. And then there's fireworks in Matsushima, so I have to see that. And one of my friends is coming up from Kansai, so we're going to be hanging out. But maybe in a week, I'm going to go up here, go by ferry to Hokkaido, do a quick lap for 3 days, come down all the way to Hiroshima, then come back through Kansai up to Tokyo, and finally to Narita Airport, where I'm going to fly to Beijing, represented in this case by my face. And so I'll be in Beijing, which is approximately around my ear, if this space were the Sea of Japan. So I'm going to be here around probably just north of the lobe of my ear. If my chin was Shanghai, which would make the Yellow and Yangtze River probably the lips. Yeah, if those extended all the way out here, and if this space were maybe the Tibetan Plateau, with Russia being over on my far right just off camera. So if that helps illustrate my journey, that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to blog this. We're going to have an adventure together. I'm going to be staying at a lot of friends' houses. Expect a lot of guest appearances in these blogs coming up in the next month from some of my Japanese friends, which is going to be really exciting. So I'm exciting. It's going to be exciting to you. You can tell, like, this is honestly, I don't speak English all day until I make these blogs. So my English is such crap right now. Anyway, so it's going to be exciting to watch. I'm excited. I'm excited for you to watch it. There you go. That's what I was trying to say all along. I'm excited, and hopefully you're excited. 19 subscribers. And if your friends would be excited, tell your friends. And we're going to have a really fun little trip here. So, and then it's going to be China for who the hell knows how long. And, I mean, if you're subscribing to my videos, then you must have an interest in Japan and Japanese culture. But for all that it is, you know, for all the crazy clothes and, you know, sake and geta and all the crazy stuff that's in Japan, it's westernized, you know. I mean, like, as bluntly as I can say that, you know, Japan is a very Western place for being in the East. It's got definitely its own unique culture, but it's not a huge step from, you know, Soho, New York. So what does that mean? That means that when I'm in China, things are going to be crazy. I'll be able to talk all about communism and how I'm getting cancer from the air and the Olympics, and I'll be a couple miles away from the Olympic stadiums. It's going to be an awesome time. So I'm excited to make these blogs. I haven't been able to find a whole lot of blogs from people doing programs like me, so I'm happy to put the information out there. So again, if anybody ever has any questions about anything, please ask them to me. I know Corina from Canada has asked me to do a blog about relationships. I'm going to do that in the next couple of days. I haven't forgotten. So that's what's going on right now. And I love you back home. And I'm going to go to sleep, I think. So good night.